Hi Herbie, Martin here. This is my little video tutorial for you. First thing I want to show you is grab the guitar with one hand like this. Just one hand, use your thumb and your first finger to hold it, and you notice something. Your thumb is all the way around the neck. Well, almost all the books show you to put your thumb back here. And it's incorrect. That comes from the old days when they used to play jazz guitar where they needed a big stretch. So your thumb goes up, but not only does it go up, it rolls over. Because see, if you hold your thumb this way, your fingers go that way. But as soon as you roll your thumb around, now your fingers face the keyboard, the fretboard. So by rolling my thumb, now my fingers are here, I'm hanging about 5-10 pounds of arm right off the guitar. So my fingers are completely free. Makes a big difference in how it feels when you play. So next, I'll talk about holding the pick in a second, but primary thing is how you hit the strings. First of all, you try to make a straight line down, because that way the tone is even all across the guitar. So it's much different that way than when you go sideways. Second of all, you have to learn to swing like this. It's analogous to a swing in a park. In a park, you're stuck, and all you can do is go this way. You can't go that way. You have to just turn. Now this is the whole thing. You don't move your arm at all, because that's designed to make much bigger movements, like the clock face. You just turn your wrist, so it's all in the wrist. Once you do this, you get a much more powerful sound because it's very similar to a golf swing. It doesn't look like they're using all that much effort, but the ball goes flying. And you want to hit the string perfectly perpendicular with the pick. You don't want to, now when I say use your wrist, I mean turning, not like a picket fence where you go like that, because that would then sweep the pick and the tone would change because it's turning sideways. So you go straight down and you keep a perfect right angle like this. So watch me play. I'll just do something a little fancy, and watch my right hand here. I'll never leave more than an inch on both sides. So watch. So when I do a song like The Other Side of Town, I'm picking a lot of notes, but I'm hitting them with perfect angles, so they really resonate. Then the last thing to think about is how you actually hold the pick. Think there's printing on the pick, so your thumbprint goes there. Never bend your thumb. That just strains your hand and it gets tired. Let the thumb relax. Totally flat. Here's the tricky part. You may not want to change how you hold a pick, but it's not really held by the fingertip of your first finger. It actually sits on top of your finger like this. Now my thumb just flops down on it, and you have a perfect little, and it's at the first joint of your finger, not up to the knuckle, up to the first joint. When I do this, I actually can hold the pick for an hour and it never feels like it's going to move out of my finger. And it's very firm, but I don't feel like I'm gripping really hard. So it enables me to play very hard and very soft really easily. So I can go. I think that about covers it. Also, don't turn too much, because that just turns your angle of your arm is different. And all these angles and these subtle movements change the tone because the guitar vibrates differently the way you hold it. So I don't mean you have to be stiff and be perfect. So that I have a 10% rule, like 10% of this, 10% of that's all fine. Just don't go too far, don't go too far. Always be in a pretty good position and never rest on your lap. Changes your wrist angle. And that actually affects the tone. It's not the same, even though you're playing, it's different. It resonates different. So everything matters. And if you look at my right hand, there's another trick I'll show you. Always be in front of your elbow, never be behind it. Behind it cuts your blood circuit, your blood flow off. It's uncomfortable. Always be in front of your elbow, and wherever that works for you, everybody's arms are different size. You find your right angle, and try to land on the inside of the sound hole. So you're just crossing the edge of it. That way, the strings are more tense here, so you can hit harder. And it's not just about getting away with hitting harder and not getting any buzzes. It's really also that you can actually play softer. Now, the only person I've ever seen who taught to hold your thumb this way and how to hold the pick properly the same way I do, there's only one person I've seen, and I've seen 200, 300, 400 videos. Tony Rice is the only guy I've ever seen do it properly, and he's pretty good. So anyway, I hope you had some fun watching the video, and don't think you have to do everything exactly, but you might want to take a couple of these tips and see how they feel. Give it a couple of days, and I'm sure by that time they'll feel more natural. All right, good luck. Talk to you later. Bye for now. Charlie says bye.